What is up, guys? Max with the Parlay Princes. We're here. We're back. I'm recording this on a Wednesday. I'm going to put it out on Wednesday too. We're going over a lot of stuff. We're just going to run through real quick the massacre that was UFC 306 betting wise. And then we'll go over the Perez card. I'm very excited for a lot of underdogs on there that I like. So we will definitely run through that. But yeah, let's go over real quick. I'm proud of myself. I put one ticket up last night for Contender Series. I cannot bet on money line on FanDuel or DraftKings because I'm in New York. I can only bet on the Underdog Fantasy app, and I put a little five leg up. A few fighters going all over on strikes. Only put $6 to win 120. That's literally all I had in my account. And I'm like, I refuse to bet more than $6 on Contender Series. That's how I do bankroll management, and we hit that shit. So I am proud. I put one ticket up. That shit hit. It is rare, I'm going to be honest, for a Contender Series, but we got him with that. Caught him lacking. UFC 306. Yeah, basically every single fighter I bet on just shit themselves. So it was fun to watch. You know, even though I had a good amount of money for parlays with Zell Huber, I had a blast. Even though I was by myself, drank a little bit. You know, screaming at the TV. It's like my new hobby.
Bob, weave, swing, weave. Oh my God! No, don't be in the pocket. Don't be in the pocket, LUV.
So yeah, let's go over Paris real quick, I guess. That's really all I have to say in the beginning. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I post all my shits on there. I try and post parlays on here too. At Parlay Princes, everything is that. Very easy. Give me a little subscribe, like, comment too, boys. That definitely goes a long way for the algorithm on my new channel. These are early predictions. A lot of these, like, I would put a parlay together for a few dollars, but I would never straight bet anything right now. You still have a ways to go. I get it, the odds can change, but be careful. The last France card was last September, and I fucking spanked them. I bet 300 total, 200 on FanDuel, 100 on Underdog Fantasy app, and altogether, after the $300, we came back with $1,500. That is rare too. But we got him. We caught him lacking. I'll post those tickets on the screen right now. You can see I even posted some in advance. I said this is what I'm betting. This was very early in the Instagram page, so keep that in mind. This is like kind of what, right when the ball started going for the page, I was like, I hit him with a free 25 bet for 700 when Jake Paul fought Diaz. And that kind of motivated me right there. I'm like, let me see what I can do here. And that was my girl's account. I was like, let me see your account, baby. You got some free money in there. We did 25 to 700. The next card, 25 for 1,000. I got robbed because Cub Swanson. Literally, I can't believe he won that fight to this day. Then the next card, free 25 for 800. I missed out because Weili didn't get the finish. And then the next card was the France card. I robbed them. So August was crazy. I was like, yeah, let's open up a little betting page. And here we are. I will never, ever charge you guys for bets because they could win or lose. My whole thing is low risk, high reward. I'm trying to turn like your candy bar money into your rent money. I'm not trying to have you spend your rent money and say a prayer. And then your guy gets slept 20 seconds in. That's not what we do here. Bankroll management. This is for the year. You're trying to come up positive for the year. I get it. Times are tough. They are for me too. I would love to win big every Saturday, but the goal is at the end of the year to have 5,000 extra in your bank account. You know, we don't want to see anybody negative here. So that's why bankroll management is so important. That's my speech. Sorry that was so long, but here we go. We're diving in. I'll put the timestamps below so you guys can just skip around if you want. I wasn't going to do that, but I actually am. Congratulations. You guys get timestamps. Oki and Duncan. I doubt this is going to be the first fight of the card. Oki, they're both pretty new in the UFC. Oki is newer. Way better on the standing than he is on the ground. And that is why I'm leaning towards Duncan with this. I think he has more ways to win. He did just get subbed by Torres. Torres is nasty. And I think that's the issue when you're fighting Torres. You have to worry about KOs and subs. When he's fighting Oki, it's really just a standing battle for him. If Duncan gets it to the ground, he can get a ground and pound. He can get a sub. And even standing, he isn't bad. Only 3 years apart age-wise. The reach isn't anything crazy for Oki. So, yeah, I like Duncan in this plus money. Don't bet your house on it. Again, early predictions. We're just kind of talking shit right now. If you want to say in the comments who you guys think, by all means, bro. This is us robbing FanDuel. It's a war. This is not fucking... If your homie wins, salute him, you know. We're trying to spank these apps. This isn't about us fighting each other. Okay. The thing that scares me with Oki is takedown accuracy is 100%. But I think he's just been fighting such low-level competition his career that's why it's like that. He's had literally only one UFC fight, one split decision. I'm pretty sure that night I was banking on a KO. It did not happen. So, yeah, for now, I like Duncan plus money. Add it in a parlay. Put $2 on that shit for fucking $3,000. And you can sweat out that bet. But I wouldn't straight bet Duncan right now. All right, boys, here we go. Next, we got Cornolle and we got Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti, 2 UFC fights. It's a little sketchy. And we got Cornolle with 2 UFC fights. A little sketchy. Let's look at this. Let's look at their height and reach real quick. So Cornolle is, I hope I'm saying this right. It could be Cornolle for all I know. But we're throwing the E at the end. Cornolle. She's from France, though, so don't know why we put the Italian accent on there. But 5 years older at 34 for Cornolle. I think Cornolle, I'm going to say Nora because I'm scared I'm getting that last name wrong. I think she just has more ways to win, more finishing ability. She's more dangerous with her hands. Cavalcanti is pretty well-rounded, kind of. She is more of a striker, but if you get her to the ground, she does tend to get up. So we have seen that out of her. What are the odds on this? I don't like to bet based on odds, and there are no odds. I guess I'm going Nora. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cavalcanti comes out with a great game plan, just keeps the distance. She has 3 inches of reach on her. So I'm adding Nora to the parlays, but I am scared, boys. That's, 2 UFC fights. I like going the distance, but Nora is known for finishes. How many finishes has she had her last 2? She's had 1 finish in the UFC. It's a tough one, boys. I kind of like betting a lot of French fighters on this card too. I think this is not going to be like Mexico. I think these Frenchmen usually come out to play, and the crowd's usually going absolutely apeshit. This isn't the fucking Sphere where we got billionaires in the building. We got French. Everyone's going to be drunk and high, so you're probably allowed to smoke cigs in the building too, so get ready for that. I'm going Nora on the parlay. Nora, sorry, but I'm not super confident. This next one, I love the plus money. The good news for this ticket, I see a lot of underdogs I fuck with. Daniel Barez, Victor Altamirano. I agree with a lot of people. I don't understand why Victor is plus money. He's surprised me a bunch of times. I've bet against him a few times. And I guess he is 3-2 in his last 5, but the last one, he's been getting robbed a few times. He lost on a split. Everyone was pretty shocked on that. I forget who I bet on that fight, but usually when it's a split robbery, I'm on the other side for whatever reason. Yeah, I like Altamirano in this, and it's one of those fights where if he loses, I'm not going to be that upset because he is fighting good competition in Barez, but I like Altamirano that much. Very well-rounded. From Mexico. He's shown that Mexican kind of fighting style and spirit in his last fights. These are flyweights too, so they're going to be fucking Tasmanian devils in there. I'm leaning towards Altamirano, but I'm going to say the same thing every time. Don't straight bet anything right now. Watch some tape. If you're that locked in, lock it in. But I'm more talking from a low risk, high reward standpoint where I'm betting dollars to win thousands. This next one, we're finally getting a fighter that's favored that I like. Ailin Perez versus Daria. I'm not even going to try and say this last name. It's just a battle of... I know Perez doesn't have as good hands as Daria, but she's just a magnet. She gets a hold of you, gets it to the ground and pound, submissions. She has had a few go the distance, I believe. Yeah, so we've had all go in the distance. I take that back. I could have swore she got a finish in there somewhere. She looked good against Edwards, that was and Edwards looked good too. So that was a good fight for Perez to get some to get a standing battle in there, to get some judo throws in there. And I think Daria's going to have a real problem with Perez's aggression and just relentlessness. I follow Perez on Instagram too, and all her posts are just training. So them thick thighs, boys, they tend to get people to the ground. So I got to lean towards Perez on this one. I'm going to just go money line because I don't know how she gets it done. Daria is that bad on the ground where Perez could get a finish. But it is what it is on that one. Taylor Lapels for opponent to be determined. I'm going to go with Lapels. Jokes. I don't know what they're doing here. We got a few days, boys. Let's find an opponent for Lapels. But if it is short notice, I'm going to side with Lapels. I'm going to be biased. Lapels is fucking nasty. He's won a few, lost a few, but I like his game. Climb up the card. Ludovit, Klein, and Roosevelt Roberts. I have Roberts getting finished so many times embedded in my brain that I can't unsee it. That spinning roundhouse kick from Bahamondes lasts like 5 seconds of round 3, and he granted, I would look like that too if I was in the UFC, but that's why I'm not in there. I'm leading towards Klein heavy on this. His crispy boxing, I could see him getting a finish. I really could. He's really good at working to the body, getting people against the cage, getting it back up to the head, pulling some Holloway shit on him. Yeah, I've just seen Roberts get starched too many times. I literally picture this fight starting. He throws some kicks, throws some head kicks. He's bobbing and weaving. The announcers, commentators are like, oh yeah, Roberts is looking pretty loose in there. And then Klein just starts picking him apart. I wouldn't be surprised if Klein gets a round 1 finish. I side towards Klein that much, and I like his striking that much. He beat Bahamondes 3 rounds, Granted, Roberts almost won 3 rounds of Bahamondes, but you got to go till the bell, homie. So I'm going Klein. I don't see the odds yet. I like KO, but you could go points just to be safe. Let's see what we got here. Oumar and Daewon Jung. I'm not trying to be biased towards our Asian men, our Chinamen, but this guy is from Korea, not China. But I'm fading everyone from Asia until further notice. I think the last guy from Asia that won was Tatsuro Taira. So they are pulling some Canadian male shit on us right now, boys. I gotta go Oumar Sy. If he loses, I'd be very surprised. He's got 5 inches of reach. That's about the only difference there. Is a minus 500, so be careful. I don't even know if I want to add him to the parlay. I probably will because I'm a psychopath, but minus 500, you can just take the money line. He's 10-0. He's going for the undefeated streak. Daewon Jung is 15-5-1, and he's lost his last 3 in a row. Olberg subbed him. Clark unanimous decision. Jacoby KO. Getting KO'd by Jacoby. Ouch. Oumar Sy should get this done. He's had 1 fight in the UFC, won by submission in round 1. So I'm liking Sy. Minus 500 is sketch, but it's pretty safe, boys. He's fighting someone from Asia, so let's see where Jung was fighting before this, because that's where it really kills me when they only fight in China. He's been in the UFC for a minute, since 2019. God damn. Alright, so he wasn't fighting in Asia. Oh yeah, he was for a hot minute. But he was killing everybody. Alright, so Jung's record is really just horrible recently, but he wasn't a hot streak for a little bit. He's 30 years old. It's not really the end of anyone's fight career, but if he loses one more, he might be cut. He's definitely cut. Cutelaba versus Erslan. My issue is Erslan has had 0 UFC fights. My issue with Cutelaba is he looks pretty bad recently. I think we've seen the best of Cutelaba. Unfortunately, he's been in the UFC for a hot minute. This guy is 4-1 in his last 5. I'm really siding towards the guy that's never fought in the UFC before for plus money. Cutelaba's just looked that bad. You know, if he comes out and starches him, I wouldn't be surprised, but I gotta go Erslan. He has more to show us. We've seen Cutelaba, you know. That's what scares me. Again, boys, comment below. If you start telling me Cutelaba's a killer, he's gonna win this, I won't argue with you. Dead even odds. Perez, Ziam, Matt Frevola. This one I'm scared to give a prediction for because I am a little bit biased towards Frevola. I'm not gonna lie. For no reason at all. I just like his fighting style. He's from New York too, so I am from New York as well. But like, I'm scared for this that I become biased. I pick Frevola, then the betting gods just fucking kill my shit. And I'm also scared that I understand I'm biased. I bet Ziam, he gets murdered, and now I'm mad I just didn't bet for my guy. So either way, it's a lose-lose for me. Boys, you can comment down below. Literally, just Frevola, Ziam. Tell me anything. Help me out. This is a war against the bookie. It's not against us. Let's party here. I'm leaning towards Frevola, but I'm scared my bias. He is kicking in. You know, he's good with he's got great hands. Good on the ground. If he gets it there, that's where Ziam could struggle. The Saint Denis head kick against Frevola, you know, it was just some lower fight IQ stuff for Frevola, and I'll let that slide 100%. If I was in that shit, I would have been head kicked the first 4 seconds. So Saint Denis is a killer too. So I'm going for Frevola right now. And the odds are basically dead even on that. This one, we're sliding towards Morgan Charriere against Gabriel Miranda. Miranda's amazing on the ground. Charriere has great hands. He is well-rounded too, but not as good on the ground as Miranda. But I got to lean towards Charriere. 28 versus 34. He is kind of on the shorter side and has a little bit less reach, but not by too much. And I think he just has more ways to finish this. He is a minus 600. It could be one of those typical fights where the plus 400 comes out and gets the sub first round, and we're all like, how didn't we see that coming? But I am leading towards Morgan Charriere. Minus 600 is a little sketch. I'd prefer like a minus 400 on this. I think is a little more fair, but he should get it done, should get the finish. Miranda's been chinned before. So I like my guy from France, you know. Morgan, the crowd's going to be going ape shit for him. I'm going to be going crazy. So I got to side with Morgan on this one. Next fight. There's a lot of fights. God damn. Let me make sure this shit is still recording. I'm like dizzy from talking so much. Kevin Jousset, Brian Battle. Another tough one. Odds are very close. A little bit plus money for Jousset. I was surprised he was going to be taller than Battle. I don't know why I pictured Jousset being like a 5'10". Brian Battle, I like in this. He's very good at playing the distance management game. He literally had the last guy quit. Was it an eye poke? I forget. But yeah, I like Battle. Good on the ground, great on the feet. We've just seen a lot from him. I believe he's just straight wins, right? Or he lost once to Fakradinov. That's fair. Guy's a freak show. Jousset, I know, is fairly new in the UFC. Yeah, just 2 UFC fights, one sub, 1 unanimous decision. I'm leaning towards battle, but this could be some shit right here. You know, Jousset's from France. The crowd could get him more hyped up than he should be. I'm leaning towards battle, but I will not be straight betting any of this shit. Comment below, guys. Tell me what you think on this one. Another sketchy one for me, battle and Jousset. This one, Gomis and Brito. I like Brito in this. The odds make sense to me. Minus 245 for Brito. He's just a killer. You know, he's gassed a few times, but he still comes out and wins the shit. Brazilian fighters are the doggiest of dogs, in my opinion. They'll fight for your money any day. And yeah, I just think he is going to keep this standing. He's suffering on the height side, 4 inches less of height, but they have the same reach. So he gets in the pocket, he's going to fucking kill somebody. He's on a 5-fight finish streak. 3 KOs, 2 KOs, 1 KO doctor stoppage, and 2 submissions. Yeah, he's just filthy, bro. He's filthy. He's a straight killer. Gomis, let's see what he's got finishing wise. 3 UFC fights, 1 KO, 2 decisions. He beat Francis Marshall. Francis Marshall looked good recently, so that is like, it wasn't a good win, but now it could be. It's like Marshall's in that gray area. So I like Brito. I'd kind of be surprised if he loses this. He should get it done. I think money line's the safest bet. Over rounds is pretty safe on this. I don't think he gets a finish. This is another one. It's kind of tough for me. If you want to comment below, let me know what you guys think. Imavov and Ailin. I'm leaning towards Imavov. I wish the odds were like a little more like minus 150. He's at a minus 240 right now. Yeah, I think he just has more ways. I don't think he's going to get a finish. I think he just has more ways to kind of get these points, rack him up, hold Ailin against the cage, maybe take him down. Ailin gets up, then he gets him against the cage some more, ragdolls him, a couple punches, keeps him at range. I kind of see that happening for Imavov. Technically, Ailin could do the same exact shit, which is scary. Alan's been a little more chinny too. We've seen him get KO'd a few times, so I'm leaning towards Imavov. I like him in this fight. I like that's a 3-rounder too for him. If it was 5 rounds, he's still great at 5 rounds, but I think the Ailin side might creep in a little more in my head if it was a 5-rounder. So 3 rounds. I like Imavov just going crazy, maybe getting a finish, but for the most point, just outpointing him. I hope that's a 3-rounder, because this is as of now, is the co-main event. They could sneak in a 5-round for us. So, we'll see how that plays out. But now we're at the main event. I'm proud of myself because I was saying Money Moicano, and then I realized I am being extremely biased because he's on the podcast with Matty Betts. Hey Jive, fucks with him too. I love Moicano. I would love to see him win this shit. But on my parlays, I got to put Saint Denis getting a finish. 5-rounder. This guy's a freak show. I don't know how long you guys have been following me, but I was literally screaming from the rooftops, Dustin Poirier is going to kill this man. And he did. It's funny because the TV cut out 4 seconds before Dustin slept him. So when it came back on 5 seconds later, we're like... But yeah, I feel like I know when to bet Saint Denis and when to not. Granted, I was going pretty heavy when he was fighting Matt Frevola. I was going Matt Frevola. But I'm glad that my biased mind just dipped and I can put my money on Saint Denis. Again, I would love Moicano to win. This is one of those bets where if my parlay loses and Moicano wins, I'm not going to be upset. Depending on how much, if it was hitting for 10,000, I might not sleep, but I got to go Saint Denis. That's what I truly believe, and that's my whole shit right there, people, in case you want to just run it through real quick. Duncan, Nora, Altamirano, Perez, Lapels, no matter who he's fighting, Klein, Erslan, Frevola, Morgan, Battle, Brito, Imavov, and Saint Denis. If you're betting this week, you're a psychopath degenerate, but I do respect it. I don't even have all the fights on FanDuel, so I can't even place a bet. But again, last France card I did pretty damn fucking good, so we're trying to redeem ourselves here. Boys, like, subscribe, comment, all that. It helps the algorithm a lot. Instagram, TikTok, at Parlay Princes. My name is Max. That is it. Enjoy the day. Get through the week. No fights this weekend. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do, but I appreciate y'all.
I got me a bag, it can't even fit up in my jeans. The niggas mad, prices back up on my team. We try too fast, I don't even know how I made it down the street. In French, I we the team. 100 rolls up in a week. I made 100 right in that week. I just see shit I cannot sleep.